The dreaded return of Kit O'Connell, the autistically screeching Antifa.
Hi, everybody!
You may have seen my previous videos on this guy.
Fuck you, Nazi! Fuck you, Nazi!
Not a Nazi.
Fuck you, Nazi! Fuck you, Nazi!
I'm a journalist.
Fuck you, you're not a journalist!
Well, a few hours after uploading, I got one of those notifications from YouTube saying that I'm violating somebody's privacy in the video. They gave me the following ultimatum: either blur out the face or remove the video. Of course, they do not tell you which face. They said that I must do this within 48 hours. I thought about it for about 48 hours and decided, no, fuck it. I'm not going to do anything. Fuck them. If my channel gets shut down, I'll just try to start over again, and if it doesn't do good, oh well. I'm just not going to cave into this stuff. Oh, and by the way, folks, please subscribe to my Minds.com just in case I get removed from YouTube, which, could happen any day now, let's face it. Minds.com is like Facebook, except no advertisement and no censorship. You should really join Minds.com. It's like Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube all squished up into one without the bullshit of any of those. I also have a VidMe channel for which there is a link in the video description below, so click that too. Just so you know, folks, on, I don't know, maybe the majority of my videos, I get warnings, I get demonetizations. Almost any video that I do on Antifa gets temporarily demonetized while they make a decision. Just because somebody complained, I guess. If you're not aware of this, folks, YouTube channels that challenge the existing narrative of the mainstream media, channels like myself, Computing Forever, Sargon of Akkad, etc., YouTube is making things really difficult for us. Demonetizing, shutting down entire channels, removing videos, making us deal with copyright claims all the time, making us deal with privacy complaints all the time. Meanwhile, ISIS recruitment videos are absolutely fine for YouTube. And of course, far left rhetoric is okay. But then again, to be fair, they do have a lot of right-wing rhetoric as well. It just, if you really challenge the establishment narrative, or for some reason, Antifa or BAMN,
you're gonna have a bad time.
Anyway, so you should really consider getting a Minds.com, finding me there, just an anti-theist. If you follow me, I'll follow you. And here's another thing about Kit O'Connell. He claims to be transgender. Now, look at this person. Is that transgender? Okay, there's nothing wrong with being transgender, non-binary, whatever. If you're a man, you want to wear makeup or wear a skirt. If you're a girl, if you want to have short hair and never wear a skirt, whatever. That's your prerogative, nobody else's business. However, this guy's clearly trying to capitalize on the trans thing. He's trying to say, look, I'm trans, and therefore, if you do anything against me, you're transphobic. He's obviously not trans. By definition, transgender means that you are of one sex, but you present yourself as a gender other than that which normally goes along with your sex in your culture. So in other words, if you're biologically a male and you dress up as women normally do, then you're a transgender person. If you're biologically a female and you dress up in a way that men normally do, then you're a transgender. If you don't, like Kit O'Connell here, you're not transgender. So he's just trying to add another victim card that he can play. But then again, if you're familiar with my videos about transgenderism and biological sex, then you know that there is this push from the far left to say that biological sex does not exist. They're trying to take the small exception to the rule and use that to overrule the rule. Well, that's not how it works. Those exceptions to the rule actually prove the general rule to be the general rule. And this is coming from people like Nicholas Matt, for example, who argues that because he's a historian of medicine, he knows better than biologists, and says that there is no biological sex in the human species.
It's not correct that there is such a thing as biological sex, and I'm a historian of medicine. I can unpack that for you at great length if you want, but in the interest of time, I won't. So that's a very popular misconception.
So maybe Kit O'Connell subscribes to that whole attitude. Maybe he's just like, hey, just because biologically I'm a male and present myself as a male doesn't mean that I'm not transgender because, well, there is no biological sex, so I'm going to say that I'm biologically a female because that's my right to say so, and because I'm biologically a female and I present myself as a male, I'm transgender, even though I'm not. See? he might be, doing those sort of mental gymnastics. And let's face it, folks, we all know, as funny as that was, that there are people on the far left who do just that sort of mental gymnastics and contortions. And it's so predictable that you could do imitations of it. I mean, I hold more victim cards than they do. Hi, I'm just an anti-theist, and I identify as a male to female, transabled, non-binary, androgynous, lesbian, otherkin, trans-intersectional, intertranssexual, vertically challenged, elderly, follically challenged, two-spirit Native American person of color. So, if you disagree with me, you're making a micro-invalidation against me and are therefore a biological essentialist, colonialist, weird, that is person of Western educated, industrialized, rich democracies, transphobic, homophobic, cisnormative, heteronormative, species, ableist, ageist, sexist, and racist. Anyway, so yeah, Kit O'Connell pretends to be transgender, because, okay, I have another victim card I can play here. Oh, you touch me? You're transphobic. So I don't know where that warning or complaint or threat to take my video off really came from. I don't know if it's because Kit O'Connell himself made a complaint, or maybe his psycho mommy, or whatever she is, made a complaint. It could just be somebody who's angry with my video or whatever. I really don't know. But that happened. And I can't really talk to him about it because he has me blocked. Even though I've never heard of him until I made that video, he already had me blocked. He must be within the circles of the Antifa people who warned everybody about us and doxed us and etc. The second thing about Kit O'Connell that I want to talk about, remember the guy in the red shirt who said, hey, you want Sharia law? Go get your clitoris cut off.
Fuck you! Fuck you!
He's just saying go get your clitoris cut off.
Well, look what Kit O'Connell dishonestly said about that guy. Did he actually say that? No. This is what he actually said.
Fuck you! Fuck you!
He's just saying go get your clitoris cut off.
So there you go. But then again, Kit O'Connell proudly admits to being biased. He says he's a gonzo journalist, but he says he's biased and proud of it. The third and last thing we need to talk about in relation to Kit O'Connell is this. Look at this disgusting post from Kit O'Connell. He is gloating about a human being dying because he thinks that they're, well, who knows what he thinks, but it could be, oh, oath keepers are Nazis or whatever. Point is, because of political or socio-political differences in opinion that he perceives, which are probably a lot smaller than what he actually perceives them to be, he is happy about a human being dying. That's disgusting. That renders you an inferior human being. Yes, Kit O'Connell, you are not as good as an average person. You are less. You are inferior. You are not a social justice warrior. You are a sociopathic injustice warrior. Please take the time to actually meditate on what you are, what you believe, and why you believe it to be true. Become a better person. Act out of love, not hatred.